nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The first item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the December 20th, 2016 regular meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 1. Second.
We have a motion and a second on the minutes from the December 20th, 2016 meeting. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes are approved. Item number 2 is to receive and place on file any drainage repairs, and I have none. Item number 3 is to approve and authorize the chair to sign Pitney Bowes lease agreement renewal for Webster County DHS.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 3.
I'll second his motion, Mr. Chairman.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on the Pitney Bowes lease agreement? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 3 carries. Item number 4 is to approve cigarette permit application from Colville Stop and Shop.
Sure, we'll move item number 4. I'll second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments on item number 4? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 4 carries. Item number 5 is to receive and place on file manure management plan updates for D. Craig Gashow site, Section 10, Badger Township, and Dallas Thomas site, Section 11, Cedar Township, Calhoun County.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments on item number 5? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 5 carries. Item number 6 is to review McClure Engineering bid recommendation for Webster County Social Services Building Site Parking Lot Improvement.
I think you guys all got the emails from McClure. They basically start out, they did verify the bid numbers were correct. Verified for both bids that we received. They gave some background as to the bidding process. There was some question about whether the alternate could be put in, and I think they verified that everybody was given the alternate, the okay to give alternates. Then they gave some information dealing with life cycles and costs, comparisons between asphalt parking and concrete parking, and also just some basic information about what's better about asphalt and what's better about concrete back and forth. I don't know if there's any questions on those. And then we also have the county attorney's opinion on 2 different things. One is that the alternate bid can be considered, and secondly, that we are not bound to take a low bid. Just wanted all those things verified before we make a decision between the guys. So, I don't know if anybody has any questions on any of that.
Any questions or comments on the parking lot project?
Just I'll make a comment. I'd like to thank Supervisor Webster for his work with McClure Engineering on this project, and I believe it's going to be a well needed for the serviceability of the building, and also a good addition to the downtown area. The city of Philadelphia made a major investment in First Avenue North, and I believe this is going to complement that very well. So
I'd like to comment on, thank you both the companies, there are 2 local companies for making these bids. They're very competitive.
So Merrill, could you perhaps give a recommendation on what you'd like to see?
From all the information, it would be my personal opinion that I believe the concrete parking lot is probably a superior project, or a superior product for this parking lot. And with everything that I've read, it would be my recommendation to take the bid from Jensen Builders for the concrete parking lot. I believe the difference was $531.54. So they were both very, I agree with Keith, they were both very competitive bids. I think everybody involved was just go through a couple things. The poor estimated in rough numbers, like a life cycle, you put in the concrete for the $345,000. It will not need to be repaired for 30 years, and then they estimate a repair of it in 2046 for $60,000, and then in 2066, which is 50 years from now, it would need a full reconstruction. The asphalt paving, $345,000 today, would need to have some milling and overlay in 20 years for $40,000 estimate. Another 15 years, it would in 2051, it would need another milling and overlay for $40,000, and then at the same 2006, it would need full reconstruction. So they say a 50-year life cycle analysis nets the county $20,000 of savings by using the concrete over the asphalt. They also, a few reasons, the difference between the two, reasons to use asphalt. Asphalt pavement have a lower initial construction cost. Traffic noise is generally lower with asphalt pavement. Newly constructed asphalt pavement can have a very smooth ride. Those are some of the reasons to use asphalt. A few reasons to use concrete. Concrete pavements are typically more expensive initially. However, the life cycle cost of concrete can be comparable to that of asphalt. The increased stiffness of concrete makes it able to withstand heavier wheel loads without risk of rutting. Since concrete does not rut, there's less risk of water accumulation on the pavement, which reduces the chance of vehicle hydroplaning. We do have one spot in the back there. We don't have a lot of heavy truck traffic except for a garbage truck coming in, but they have to go to the back of the building, so there will be no truck traffic there. So basically, that's where I come up with my recommendation, is based on McClure's basic information that for very close to the same price, the concrete's probably a better way to go.
Any other questions or comments on item number 6?
A small comment, and that's it may occur to some folks, it may be not, but the DHS building is used by Department of Human Services, or in other words, Iowa State entity. There is also one other organization that does use it to some small degree. But the fact of the matter is that we don't have to. It's not with a gun to our head. It's not mandated to make this improvement. On the other hand, when you work out of that building and you continually over a long period of time have to track in the current conditions that they have, ultimately this is going to be an awfully nice thing for those folks that work over there, and a gesture to the state of Iowa, in my opinion. True?
That's true. And I might add to that we do have more maintenance costs in that building with the way the parking lot is now, because they are tracking in the dust and the gravel and everything. So our carpeting wears out. You know, it's just not a good situation when you go over there and look at it, but that building has a gravel parking lot basically.
Carol, is our lease allowed the DHS to pay a portion of this?
They will, yes.
The only portion would be capital.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah, we report that, and they'll raise their amount to pay for it. And I might just really quick too, just for the public's benefit, this is really quite a big project. We have a hill to the east and to the north that's going to be re-sloped. It's going to add considerable numbers of parking spaces. It's going to add a lot of security benefit to that building, which the state's been asking about. So for Bob's comment, you know, they're going to be happy because we're going to have more security lighting and some of those things for them too. And then for the city councilman, it's going to help clean up your First Avenue North there too. So.
Any other questions or comments on item number 6? If not, moving on to item number 7. award contract for Webster County Social Service Building Site Parking Lot Improvement and authorize chair to sign documents.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 7.
I'll second.
I'll make a motion. You want to make it up?
I would move that we accept the Jensen Builders bid for pavement at a cost of $334,825. And I know that they are going to do this in the springs.
Motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments on item number 7? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 7 carries. Item number 8 is to approve renewal of US 20 Association membership and appoint Bob Singer as Webster County's representative.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on item number 8?
Bob, and just for the public, I believe the dues are $150.
Correct.
I think so. It's not tremendous.
Not a big amount.
Yeah, is that Bob's responsibility?
Yeah, we're appointing him.
Oh, good.
It is important to continue to support this organization for the time being. Believe me, although things are looking awfully good over there to the west, never say never. And this organization is still giving positive input in the decision-making process. Every once in a while, I'm not here, it's because I'm down at the DOT meeting just to be safe. So it's not money that's frivolously spent.
I might add, since an individual has asked me about Mr. Singer being our representative on this board, basically for the public's knowledge, this is not an official board that we have a board member on anyway. So he does not need to be a supervisor to be our representative, and it just makes a lot of sense that we continue in that for the next few years.
Did Janet tell you this one?
Shouldn't tell me again.
Sorry to put you on.
It's all right.
Questions or comments on item number 8? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 8 carries. Item number 9 is to approve the hiring and employment of Jacob Condon, Class A equipment operator, Claire Shed, effective December 29th, 2016, at the rate of $18.18 per hour per recommendation of county engineer.
Chairman, I would like to thank
I'll second that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 9 carries. Item number 10 is to approve and authorize chair to sign utility permit from Mid-American Energy to extend overhead electrical service to 2250 South River Road in Section 1, Township 88 North, Range 29 West, Elkhorn Township.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Opposed? Item 10 carries. It is now the citizens' opportunity to address the board with items not on the agenda. Board of Supervisors. Oops.
Not on the agenda? I'd just like to come and thank you guys, mostly for the two that are going out. We really do, as a city council, we really do appreciate you guys, that all of you. Because I don't know if you realize it or not, but Webster County is one of the very few counties in Iowa where the city council and the county supervisors get along really well. And we're going to miss Bob, and we're going to miss Clark too, so. But I just want to say thank you for what you've done. We appreciate your help and your partnership with us. And I hope we can have a good relationship with the next two coming in. Bob.
Anybody else with items not on the agenda? Board of Supervisor Committee reports.
I don't have anything. I have some party comments, however, if you want to do that now, or after claims.
The floor is yours.
Thank you. It is I that needs to thank you. thank you for 8 years of employment. Thank you for being a part, letting me be a part of deciding how our taxes are spent, county taxes are spent. Thank you for letting me be a part of the Ag Park development, teaching me how county government works and providing me with an opportunity to work with virtually all city leaders and city personnel. You may not realize it, but it truly is a gift when one can go to the police chief or the sheriff, a district judge, a county attorney, a city manager, city councilman, any of the county department heads, any of the people, the business people of all kinds in our community, and ask for help and get it. And I truly feel in each case that happens from time to time, and what an envious position, in my opinion, that I've been placed in over these 8 years. In a small way, I hope that I've been a positive impact in improving the quality of life in Webster County. I'd like to remind you that in 2008, we had about a $10 per thousand county share of taxes. That figure's about the same today. What does that mean? It means that we're providing more services with virtually no more money, tax money for Webster County. Over the past 8 years, the county departments have functioned well. I liken them kind of to a family in which you have brothers and sisters. Because from time to time, the brothers and the sisters don't agree. And they don't get along real well. But at the end of the day, they provide their services, they work together, and they get the job done. Still, the debate might be there, but they put it to the side and they get the job done. And that end, it makes our job a little bit easier. The complexion of this board has changed dramatically over the 8 years. The first 4 years, we were here on Tuesday mornings. Otherwise, we were pretty much on call. Every once in a while, somebody would be here. Even Keith would be here, and I would be here. But in the main, they were out in the territory. This board, on the other hand, for the last 4 years, contain 1-minute managers. You'll frequently find them here in the morning as well as often in the afternoon. We don't always agree, but I believe we respect each other's opinions. This board has done a pretty darn good job of maximizing the value of your tax dollars. I've been impressed with the various members' desires to serve regardless of the time requirements. I'll remind you that we walk a tightrope. Buildings are getting older, high maintenance costs, and yet you want us to improve security, all within a certain budget. Employees want raises and improved benefits. The public wants more information available, convenient hours, and yet the taxpayer wants no major increases. Sometimes we're fortunate to have jobs we thoroughly enjoy. This has been one of those for me. I've appreciated serving the public, working with the county employees and this board, and again, I want to thank you for this opportunity and this experience. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you. Ms. Fletcher.
Well, I believe Brother Bob has said it all.
I bet you could say so.
I just like to second Bob's gratitude to the citizens of Webster County for electing me to this position and allowing me to serve for 6 years. Moving forward, I would encourage all people to consider public service at some level. It doesn't need to be on board of supervisors or city council, but use your talents and your abilities, volunteer your time and service in some way to service your community, because that's what we're all here for, is to better our community. And so, thanks again, and everything else Bob said.
I'd like to say it's been great working with these two guys and had our ins and outs once in a while. These two guys have brought some unique talents to this board that some of us don't have. If we got an insurance question, Bob's there to answer them. Keith wouldn't have any idea what they'd be. Construction stuff, Clark's on the ball with that. I wouldn't have any clue with that. I kind of like to look at the drainage stuff and the stuff out in the country. These guys have a unique deal in town here. They can take problems and take care of them right away. Clark worked really good with the employees and the public. Take a situation from up here and bring it down here with just his soft voice. I think he's got a unique talent to work with employees and everything, so it's been a good good 8 years with you guys, and Bob made a good cup of coffee this morning. He got it. You sure made a good job. So thanks a lot, Bob. We're gonna miss it.
Fresh company dumped the whole thing out. Thanks a lot.
Well, it wasn't that
Few pranks. There's always been a few pranks going on in the office, you know, Bob's good for that. I'm one up on it now, so I got the last, I ain't done yet, but he'll get me back.
Kind of depends. I agree with Keith, you know, it's been a privilege to work with both of you. I mean, we've worked through a lot of different things over the last 4 years that I've been here. Appreciate all the guidance you've given me and teaching me how to do certain things. But Bob's right, Bob and I don't always agree on things, but we've worked through them and it works out fine. I might add for the public benefit that there will be a retirement party, we'll call it, for Clark and Bob and Carol. We don't want to leave Carol out. Next Tuesday, the 3rd, from 1 to 3 in the downstairs conference room. So if anybody wants to come by and wish them good well, I might be happy to talk about these two, but Carol's quietly sitting over here. Carol is also done. This is her last formal meeting, and I want to thank her. She's been invaluable to me. She's taught me a tremendous amount about how the bookkeeping and the money works in the county. You couldn't do this job without the training that you gave me. I really do appreciate that. You're going to be missed. We just hope that you're going to tell somebody where all the hidden money is before you leave.
You know, that's probably not a good thing to say.
I don't hide nothing,
Yeah,
that's.
right over there, take it.
Exactly. Joe, you don't say that.
Well, I definitely want to thank Carol, Bob and Clark, but especially Carol, because when we did come in, Merrill and I, that whole transition of coming into this new position is quite challenging. And the questions I had for Carol and Merrill had, and the time that she took for us was incredible. We would go to our ISAC trainings and listen to other supervisors that didn't have an auditor that would take the time that she did. And I can be a little thick-skulled sometimes, so Carol would very politely remind me that this is how it's done. And I needed it. And you did it in such a way that helped me learn, and not only learn, but take the time to work with others. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all the time you took, because I know it interfered with a lot of things that you had to do, you know, changing from how we did some of the budget things to just how we ran meetings. So I thank you very, very much. Your knowledge has been incredible. And, you know, as the Love Fest kind of continues, you know, I think Keith really hit it on the head. Clark has a talent in de-escalating things and bringing things down to just a very basic, how do we make this work, how do we fix things, and you helped me incredibly doing that. It's a talent I wish I could someday have, and I appreciate everything you did and have done, and I know you will continue to do. And as far as Mr. Singer, yeah, the side of this that you guys don't see is all of the jokes that go on sometimes, and you never know what you're going to come into with a meeting with Bob. But the serious side of it is this guy has knowledge and history of the county, and the tours that he's given, and organized, and the insurance background that he has saved, the history and the time that I would go look things up, and Merrill and I would be looking at stuff, and he'd come in and just give it to us very politely and say, "Here, dummy." But he's been a lot of help and a lot of knowledge, so you're going to be missed. I know you're still going to be available.